Tonight,
It's me.
Hi, E.T.
Taylor Swift, all her eras as seen by E.T.
I'm so excited.
How did this happen? How did my life get this awesome?
We opened the E.T. vault to reveal never-before-seen interviews.
How do you just contain yourself?
From her country singer start
This song I wrote in 15 minutes.
to securing her status as a global superstar.
It's been a long time coming back.
It makes me want to raise the bar on the music I'm making.
How Taylor found her voice along the way, changing the music business forever.
Music is the way that complex emotions become more simple.
Plus, stories behind her biggest hits.
You know what? That didn't work out, but it was worth something.
On set of her acting roles,
I got killed.
and inside her relationship with unexpected love, Travis Kelce.
I never say never to anything when it comes to love.
What's next and how she's really just getting started.
How lucky am I?
Entertainment Tonight presents E.T. Vault Unlocked, Taylor Swift.
Maximalism. It's just a lot of a lot.
We're celebrating all things Miss Americana. Welcome everyone to Entertainment Tonight. We're unlocking Taylor's trajectory from her fearless start to her current billionaire era.
Are you ready for it? It's a love story. We are never, ever, ever. I shake it off.
I write songs about my feelings, like that's my job.
Me.
Code Red in aisle 4. We've got cameras. E.T., you have the exclusive. You have everything everyone wants.
Sure, we all know Taylor can write a hit song. She's been doing it consistently for almost 20 years. We also know she's an expert storyteller who started out country
Here's the reason for the teardrops on my guitar.
and swiftly conquered the pop and indie rock charts just because she could. Another thing we know, she's a pro at reinventing herself while still staying true to who she is.
Like at the end of the day, yeah, you have a career, yeah, you're in headlines, whatever. You're living a life. And I live in a world where my grandkids are gonna get to Google what I wore today. You gotta live a life. You gotta live a life you're gonna be proud of.
But did you know she's the first musician to hit billionaire status solely on the earnings of her songs and performances? No side hustles. And she's basically broken every other record in the book.
Really?
Yes!
How'd I do that?
Well, let's just say it took a lot of hard work and a very clear vision.
We can leave the Christmas lights up till January. And this is our place. We make the rules.
I wouldn't want to do this if I didn't have 100% control over what I wear, what my message is, what my lyrics are, what songs I sing on stage, the set list, the flow of the show. I wouldn't want to do this if it was up to somebody else to decide that, because if we succeeded and we had an amazing tour, it would be somebody else's vision that got us there, and if it failed, I'd be really mad. I'd be like, why didn't you let me make those choices?
So let's break it down by the numbers, starting with Taylor's newest release.
Straight from the Tortured Poets Department.
The Tortured Poets Department sold 2.6 million copies in its opening week.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Her current Eras Tour is taking in over $17 million per show and is projected to earn over $2 billion in ticket sales. Stars including Tom Cruise, Ashton and Mila, Paul McCartney, Liam Hemsworth, even Prince William, George, and Charlotte have been in attendance, helping to make it the highest-grossing concert tour of all time.
I love it when my lyrics get quoted places. Like when I go on someone's Facebook page and it's a fan and they've quoted one of my lyrics. It's such a cool compliment.
But the adoration of Swifties isn't the only love thrown Taylor's way.
Taylor Swift!
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift.
At 19, she became the youngest person ever to win the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year award.
I will never forget this moment, because in this moment, everything that I have ever wanted has just happened to me.
You can't take them all.
I can't take them all?
You can't tote them all.
Yeah, I can.
I've dreamed about things like this and nights like this, but I didn't think that they actually happened in real life.
Over her career, Taylor's racked up 14 Grammys, 40 American Music Awards, 39 Billboard Music Awards, and 23 Video Music Awards, just to name a few.
I don't kind of operate under the attitude of, oh, well, you know, I've won awards before, of course I'm gonna continue to get nominated for them. And that keeps you in perspective. People are always like, you know, talking about people who get a big head and they lose perspective and they just all of a sudden are so hard to work with and they throw tantrums and they're like whatever. I think that's when you stop realizing that this could go away.
But it's not all hard work and no play for Taylor. She's also living her best life in love with boyfriend and Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
And then there's the biggest pop star in the world, Taylor Swift.
Time Magazine's 2023 Person of the Year has also proven herself to be a savvy businesswoman. When her former record label sold her master recordings against her wishes, she took back her power and re-recorded Taylor's version, massively outselling the original recordings.
I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell.
And the VMA goes to
Taylor Swift!
We wouldn't have been able to make this short film if it weren't for you, the fans. Because I wouldn't be able to re-record my albums if it weren't for you.
The fans are the people who turned it into something very empowering, where when they were just saying to me over and over again, we want to listen to your versions. If you redo it, that's what we'll listen to. So if they hadn't done that, I don't think I'd be having this amazing, exciting experience.
It's no wonder NYU offers a class all about analyzing Taylor's career.
Just another picture to burn.
But before Taylor became, well, Taylor Swift, she was just a kid with a dream.
Guitar! I am happy.
I think when I started playing guitar and writing songs, that's when I realized that it was what I loved more than anything. I was 12.
This is a song I wrote yesterday, and it's about a girl who's just different. Down to forever, never say never, you can do better.
Those home videos in Miss Americana are everything. Taylor was named after her parents' favorite singer, James Taylor. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania, but later begged her parents to move to Nashville.
They saw that it wasn't just a phase. They just jumped. They just moved across the country.
Our song is a slam and scream doors.
At 14, Taylor became the youngest person ever to sign a music publishing deal with Sony. In 2006, she dropped her debut album, and that's when we first met her backstage at the CMAs.
The album came out last week, and it's so exciting for me because I got to write every song on that album.
Your new single is Tim McGraw, correct?
Yes, my single's called Tim McGraw.
You think Tim McGraw, I hope you think my favorite song.
It's about to go into top 10 on radio, and you know, it's crazy to me because this song I wrote in 15 minutes.
The first time I heard that song was the demo of it. I heard that she had written it in math class.
Taylor Swift!
I've almost wanted an ACM award, and I have one now. It's really exciting. This performance is a performance I've been dreaming up since I was about 10.
You should have said no, you should have gone home.
I had a meeting with the producer of the show, and I said, would it be crazy to have it rain inside? And he was like, done.
Yes, even then, Taylor was a creative mastermind, and at 18 years old, she knew how to deliver.
Was that on audio interference you want me to repeat? Because I was rambling too, and I'd rather get a clean one. I looked in the camera, sorry. I always do that.
And she wasn't just clever, she was kind.
You look nice today. I like your outfit.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Very glad
I'm
to
Taylor.
meet you.
How are you? Awesome.
She was also ahead of her time, connecting with her fans online long before Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Honestly, MySpace is what kind of helped me build to this level. I really like to put stuff about who I am as a person, because that's what MySpace I thought was supposed to be for.
You belong with me.
So it was no surprise that her sophomore album, Fearless, went straight to #1 and stayed there so long it still holds the record for a female country artist.
Taylor Swift! Is this a turning point right now in your life?
You know, you make an album and you write songs about real people and you tell your stories and you put yourself out there, and I don't think I ever imagined that the songs that I wrote in my bedroom would end up getting me this.
Yeah, long story short, that was just one of the secrets behind Taylor Swift's success, and she wasn't shy about sharing it all.
If I talk to you for more than 5 minutes, I'm probably going to write a song about you.
I write all my own songs, and so I'm inspired mostly by boys, honestly. So
I'm not a princess, this ain't a fairy tale.
But her rise to stardom definitely came with highs.
Taylor Swift.
And lows.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
At the time, I didn't know they were booing him doing that. I thought that they were booing me. The whole crowd booing is a pretty formative experience.
Taylor was 19 when all that went down bad, but what's sweeter than fiction is that 4 months later, she won her first 4 Grammys. And in her next chapter of music, 20-year-old Taylor had a lot to say.
Well, the album is called Speak Now. For me, this album is more personal than anything I've ever put out because the last 2 years have been really intense.
I go back to December all the time.
I don't know exactly how I feel about something until I write that song about it, and that's how I know. Music has helped me so much in just getting through life.
But I'm feeling 22.
The name Red came from the idea that, you know, there are really, that color is a really bold color that to me represents really bold emotions.
Do any of the guys ever ask you in the beginning, hey, if this doesn't work out, are you going to write about me?
No, they say that in the ending.
They do?
Yeah. They say that when we're breaking up, and they're like, you better not write a song about this. And I'm like, oh, I won't, and then I do.
Call it what you want, but some fans' favorite songs are believed to be inspired by the men from Taylor's past. We're looking at you, Jake Gyllenhaal, John Mayer, and Harry Styles. And while Taylor has always dropped clues like an airplane necklace or a scarf, you won't catch her naming names.
I just feel like that's the one thing I have, though. Everybody takes everything else that happens in my life and makes it their own thing.
So you'll never tell us who it's about?
Probably not.
No?
Maybe in a memoir when I'm 80. I mean, I think I feel things intensely. I think I write about things in a really intense way, and that's kind of how I take it out.
Look what you made me do.
Looking back on my career, there have been so many different musical phases.
Yes, from country to pop to folk to a tortured poet.
I think I became really obsessed with poetry when I was in grade school and then took it further and became a songwriter.
Taylor admits she loves a sad song, and there are some heart-wrenchers on this most recent album that Swifties believe are about singer Maddie Healy and her ex-boyfriend of 6 years, Joe Alwyn.
So long, London.
But Taylor also wants to be clear that with this record, the chapter closed. There's nothing left to avenge and no scores to settle.
This life that I live, where you write songs about things, even the things that don't work out, it's kind of like a justification system. You're like, you know what, that didn't work out, but it was worth something because it made me feel something.
Of course, we all know Taylor's latest inspiration, boyfriend and Kansas City Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. That line from one of Travis's favorite Taylor songs is rumored to come from this moment back in 2016, long before they ever met.
Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry.
Taylor Swift would be the Kiss, and then Katy Perry. What's the last one?
Flash forward 8 years, and sources tell us Taylor and Travis are doing amazing, and their loved ones see an engagement coming sooner than later.
It would be nice to have a family. I think that it would be wonderful to end up with the right person.
Well, Taylor and Travis were totally giving wedding vibes when he made his surprise appearance on stage with her in London, wearing a top hat and tails.
London's always an amazing city. You know I gotta go support.
Of course, fans are convinced there are invisible strings tying these two together, proof that they're meant to be.
All along there was some invisible string.
First, the numerology. Combine his jersey number, 87, and her favorite number, 13, and yep, that adds up to 100.
I like a guy with a witty banter kind of sense of humor, Because after a while in a relationship, you're going to run out of things to talk about. So when you do, it's good to have somebody who can laugh about nothing and talk about nothing and just pull jokes out of midair. Like a best friend, yeah.
She's so amazing at what she does. And to find that creativity, to see where she likes to pull things from, and just really how she listens to music is very eye-opening to me.
I'll be 87, you'll be 89.
Both Travis and Taylor were born in 1989. And then there's this, the first lyrics on Taylor's 2017 Reputation album.
Knew he was a killer, first time that I saw him.
That killer reference aligns with his Instagram handle, KillaTrav. And then there's this signature move they've both been making for years.
I've been the archer.
You guys both are so busy. How do you make it all work? Is it just you prioritize what's important?
We're both very career-driven. I think we both love what we do. You know, any chance that I can, you know, show my support to her, and knowing that she's shown me all the support in the world throughout the season, it's just been an amazing experience, you know, getting to know Tay.
I never say never to anything when it comes to love. I'm really attracted to sparkly things and sparkly dresses.
Yeah, Taylor can polish up real nice, and while her style has evolved over the eras, one trend has stuck. Whether it's a mini dress, bodysuit, or knee-high boots, Taylor knows how to serve up the shimmer.
I love dressing up, you know? This is so much fun for me. It's big and it's really heavy. It's like 30 pounds. It's like walking around in a bag of rocks, but I'm really excited to be wearing this bag of rocks. This is Tiffany's, and these are all diamonds set in platinum. I'm wearing jewelry that is like so much more expensive than my house, I think.
I've gone through lots of phases with fashion, whether it's, you know, like cowboy boots and dresses and curly hair, and then I got bangs, and then it's just like, I think one of my favorite things about fashion is how much you can change it.
There was the country glamour phase, then fairy tale vibes, and old Hollywood.
I take a lot of inspiration from fashion throughout the decades.
Draw the cat eye.
Two of Taylor's go-to makeup looks, a cat eye sharp enough to kill a man, and that red lip classic thing that we like.
Either do a heavy eye or a red lip, never both, or else you'll scare people.
Tay's trick to keeping the lipstick in place: apply, blot with a tissue, dab with some powder, then reapply.
I just like red a lot more now that my album's called Red. I'm drawn to it more.
Taylor has made an art form out of coordinating her outfits with her album covers. We've seen it with Reputation, Lover, and Midnights.
It's me. Hi.
But sleuthy Swifties think that in the months leading up to the Tortured Poets department, Taylor was secretly dropping track names with her fashion choices. There was the Amy hair clip, the Robin shoes, the Cassandra handbag, and her white dress and black gloves at the Grammys. Well, it was kinda giving the albatross.
I swept in at the rescue.
Taylor Swift gave us literal movie star vibes, having a fling with Scott Eastwood in 2014's Wildest Dreams music video. But in reality, Taylor's Hollywood dreams already came true 5 years earlier.
You don't have to come.
I got killed. And,
what kind of injury is this?
This is a stab wound.
I hate you. I'm always
It's wet and cold, and I'm like shaking. But the trick to being a dead body is you can't move, and you can't breathe, and you can't you gotta keep that stare at one position. It's hilarious.
No, nobody, no crime.
Yeah, there was a body and a crime back in 2009 when Taylor slayed her acting debut, guest starring on CSI.
You don't get it, do you? My life is over.
I'm obsessed with this show. It's absolutely my favorite show. I've seen every single episode of every season. Acting is one of those things that I've always loved. You know, I started out in children's theater. I've always chosen things very carefully, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
Why so glum? The sun will come out tomorrow.
Getting to host SNL was such a thrill.
Hey Joe, I'm doing real well. Tonight I'm hosting SNL. In my monologue,
Taylor came up with the whole concept for her tongue-in-cheek monologue song, yes, Joe, as in Jonas, and we loved seeing Tay flex her comedic chops while doing impressions of Kate Gosselin.
I'm doing lots of press.
Shakira, and K-Stew in a Twilight parody, a nod to Taylor's then beau, Taylor Lautner.
Say it out loud.
Frankenstein.
The two Taylors struck up a friendship while playing high school sweethearts in the rom-com Valentine's Day, which marked Tay's first time in a feature film.
Oh my gosh, I totally love him.
I'm crazy about her.
I got to meet so many cool people, and you know, hanging out with Gary Marshall is just such a fun experience. He's an amazing director.
But things didn't end there.
Hey, do you want to see something cool?
Getting to do this voiceover role, it was amazing because I could do it while I was on tour. I could record the voiceovers during the day and then play a show at night.
Will you take me away from this madness?
You're gonna get the hang of this. McCavity's a ginger cat.
Did it take a lot of persuading to have you appear in a Cats movie?
No.
No?
No, it was very easy. All they had to do was ask.
The feline lover went to cat school and wrote an original song for the film that earned her a Golden Globe nod, one of 4 over her career. And of course, Taylor's been serving up dramatic visuals in her music videos for decades, even transforming into a zombie and The Man, which took 5 hours.
Everybody's like cute, wiggling, hey, you know what I mean?
Taylor won a VMA for directing the video, her first of 3 in the category, something no solo artist has ever done. And that's not all.
I remember it all too well.
She broke records with All Too Well, the short film. It has almost 100 million views, and it won a Grammy, making her the first artist with a directing credit to win Best Music Video.
Yes! Yes!
Directing, I felt as fulfilled by it as I did when I craft a song and think about every aspect of it and it comes together and then it goes out into the world. There are so many moving pieces.
Up next, Tay will be making her feature film directorial debut. She wrote an original script that was picked up by Searchlight Pictures.
Did I read that you're one of the top 10 most powerful girls in Hollywood?
They're saying that.
Yeah.
I don't even live in Hollywood. How cool is that?
No doubt Taylor will have plenty of A-list friends to collaborate with because, let's be honest, her real superpower, being a ride-or-die bestie.
One of my best friends is Emma Stone, so if I could ever act in anything with Emma, that would be a dream come true.
Reputation precedes me, and rumors I'm knee-deep.
She is a very, very good friend of mine. We're both the same age, we both write songs from our heart, and yeah, it's a pleasure knowing her.
She's one of those women who I could basically base my character on. It's just relentless, endless fire.
What are the characteristics of a great friend?
Oh, I think sincerity, like they truly mean what they say and they're honest.
I'm her date. We just walked the carpet together.
She's amazing. She's been in my life for so long. We're kind of like sisters at this point.
There's Selena Gomez, Gigi Hadid. Taylor let Sophie Turner use her New York apartment during her divorce from Joe Jonas.
There's sort of like a unspoken code that we're there for each other and we would never turn on each other. We're not gonna gossip about each other. It's like kind of like this alliance that is the best kind of friendship you can have.
A friend perk? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' kids are name-checked in Taylor's songs.
Her writing is so beautiful and it's so personal, and you can feel that. You can feel that in the way that she sings, you can feel that in her lyrics.
You were waiting for Taylor Swift to name your 4th child, so we gotta know, what are you calling your 4th child in the meantime?
Oh, all the letters are silent, you know, it just sort of sounds like a light breeze.
All right, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to become a singer?
Get a good lawyer.
Yeah, Taylor knows all too well about that. Back in 2016, she answered Vogue's 73 questions while giving a tour of her LA home. But she's dropped many Swiftisms to ET over the years, too. And we leave you now with more Taylor in her own words. Have a safe 4th of July, everybody. Bye-bye.
The best advice I've ever gotten was to be kind to people, also to take a lot of pictures. The worst advice I've ever gotten. Live it up, you're young. That's a horrible advice. I mean, come on. I can't live it up. If I live it up, it's on national newspapers. I wouldn't change the way things have gone because I love getting to do this. And I live to write songs. That's what I live for.